So I just wanted to make sure you had that information. So let's talk about Google Drive. And I'm going to show you, like we use Google Drive. I use a ton of different cloud-based storage systems. I'm not bragging, it's just that my disorganization means that I have to have multiple things to organize. And so Julie's laughing because she knows me too well. But one of Julie's goals is to organize me. But I have so many different areas that I work in. I have different ways that those people like to share stuff. So like Board of Higher Ed likes to share stuff through Google Drive, but I have other people that like to share stuff through Dropbox, and still other people in other ways. So with Google Drive, what we're going to do is set you all up to use this as our primary tool. You won't see all of these folders. You'll get a link from me to share this SCYMI folder. And inside this SCYMI folder, you'll have access to some of the folders, not all of them, because we might have secret information where we talk about you in there. But anyway, we won't do that. Yeah. And so then there's cohort content. You'll be in there, and it'll be organized into just general information. You can see conference call information. So what Stephanie referenced before about the number, that piece of information is right there. You can see it right there. The covenant, and I corrected this covenant. Thanks for the lawyers in the room. It actually says prior to 24 hours. Now you're caught. We'll have to have you re-sign it. The pre-coaching form that some of you said you're not sure where it is. There's a copy of it in here. And then videos. This is a new document that I just started creating today. But these are videos that we've used in presentations. And it shows you the links of where you can get those videos. The video that Stephanie used, the Big Butt video, it's actually, you have to purchase it. It's not something that you can just download from YouTube and so on. And there's a video that I'll show you in my It's More Than Safe Sanctuaries training. That is a video I got from skitguys.com. Then inside the day one video are all the documents that you'll have access to have for the training. So the handout that's on your table, and Stephanie will put her slides in there. My slides are in there. There's a couple of articles that I'll reference later whenever we go into the More Than Safe Sanctuaries training. The welcome slides are in there. There's also something I almost forgot to tell you about. Cedar Crest Camp is doing a youth mission week at Cedar Crest in July 5th to the 9th. And so Russell sent me some information about that. The registration before April 8th is $250, and it's for both middle school and high school. You'll stay there on campsite, and then you'll do mission work. Some might be on camp, some might be out in the communities of Centerville, Santa Fe, Fairview, surrounding areas of Lyle, and so on. But that information is inside the Google Drive folder as well.
So how do we get to this point?
I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you here in just a second. So why are we using Google Drive?
It's free.
Because it's free. That's right. And so I actually am I'm going to show you a presentation that I built in Google Drive, or Google Presenter, about this process. So here's what we're going to do. You don't have to have, in order to access Google Drive, people say, well, I don't have a Google email. You don't have to have that. But we're going to be putting the trainings of, we'll put the training sessions, each of these videos that we're taking today, after I edit them, I'll put them up in there. You'll have the handouts are in there, informational documents, like how do you do that survey, it'll be in there. Coaching call schedules, once those will be put in there, Julie will create a document, that'll drop in there. And there'll be other things that will be added as well. there may be times where you need to share information. You created something incredible and you want to share it with the rest of the group. Just drop it into Google Drive in the folder, and then everyone will have access to it. Okay? And so, but you don't have to have gmail.com to do that. And like for us, we have the tnumc.com is our email for the conference. Well, that's a Google-based email. And so if you have a tnumc.com, pastors, then you already have, you don't have to create a Google account to do that. You'll be able to utilize that same login to access it. So what do you do to create an account? You'll go to Google, and then you'll click on this page. It says accounts.google.com. This presentation is accessible for you, and I'll share it with you. And you'll create a Gmail or a Google account. What I'm going to do is make sure that we have the ability to share the drive with at least one of your people on your team. And then those folks will have the ability to share with the rest of the people on your team. All right? And in case everyone doesn't have access already. Also, I put a video in here. And we will I'll either upload, depending on the size, I'll probably have to put them up to YouTube, and then I'll share the link of the training day inside a slide like this to where you'll see today's video, but it's actually based on YouTube. And that's what this is. And we won't go through this video. This guy's, it's good for you to watch. I don't want to watch it right now. He's sort of boring. And then the SCYMI folder. So you've got the day 1 video or page in there, or folder in there. You'll see a day 2, a day 3, day 4, and so on. The other thing is, and I haven't spent time on it yet, but there could be the ability for you to use Google Hangout to talk with each other, possibly among your coaching groups, or at least with your coach and your team. As a coaching call process later as more of a local thing. And then, again, there's a video on YouTube about how to set this all up. If you don't remember how to set up the Google account, there's a YouTube video. Just search YouTube. And then if you don't know how to set up Google Drive, there's a quick how-to video there. Okay? And then there are different things that you can use inside. So like this, many of you may use PowerPoint or Microsoft Word or Microsoft Excel. Well, Google has all of those things inside this for free. And so over here, so Google Docs, that's just like your Word document. Google Sheets is I don't want to do that right now. Google Sheets is a spreadsheet. And Google Slides is a presentation. And that's what I created this in. This is a Google Slide document. Next time, what we're going to do is, and if you want to be an advanced student, and that's great, you can search YouTube, and you can search for videos about how to set up a Google form. Well, what Google Forms can do is, if you want to create a sign-in system for your youth group, just have a laptop sitting there. They come in, and that's how they put in their information. Maybe that's or you can send out a link to them, to your students with that form, and they can basically put in all their contact information so that you have access to that, and that drops that into a database that you can update. Okay. And then, and the other part of it is too, if you have a Google Calendar. Please don't judge me by my calendar, but that's my calendar. If you have a Google Calendar, then we have set up a calendar that's just the small church, the smaller church calendar, and we can share that with you also. So that will merge into your Google Calendar that you already have. So there, once we get the Google call schedule, or the Doodle call schedule back, Julie or I will go in, or one of the coaches will go in and update that your call schedule. So say Charlotte Fagan has a coaching call on the 16th, you'll see it listed there. Okay? If you click on the cohort day, that you see on the calendar, down in the description, you'll see all the details of what's going to happen that day. So we created that while we were on a retreat together. So we know when we look on there who's leading worship, what's the AM and PM teaching, what's the focus input, and so on. And so you'll be able to see that ahead of time as well. All right. Also, you can do Google Chat. Like I have mostly Patty and I do Google Chat, but if you're on there and you see I'm available, then if you have a question, there's a way to do chat, and it just pops up on my screen just like it does on Facebook, and you can have a quick call or a quick phone or conversation back and forth with us right through the chat during there too. How many of you are using Google right now and what you're doing? Raise your hand. Good. So this is not a steep learning curve for you. But what we want you to do is the reasons why. Why would we want to do this? There are a lot of tools out there that you can buy that youth ministry companies will sell you to manage information and so on, but they're wanting to sell it to you. And they're wanting you to subscribe to it and so on. So you pay a monthly subscription fee, and it can be very costly. I would rather you use that money for something else and use Google Docs, use Google Forms, use Google Sheets to be your management tool. Instead of investing in something that somebody else has created and you're sort of beholden to them to make sure you know how to make it work. Okay? And so if you know how to use Google Forms already, like we use Google Forms for some of our spreadsheets some of our sign-up forms on for events and things like that. We're shifting over to a more detailed registration system inside our website, but we've used Google Forms for that. You could do that for your church. You could do it as a check-in station at your church, whereas they come into youth group that night or whatever, you could set up the form. You just have one laptop there. They sit down, put in their information, and it loads it into a spreadsheet for you to have access to. Okay? Any questions about Google?
Do we have to accept you in order to have access to that?
I accept you. Please. No, please accept me.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll send you a link, an invitation to it. The main thing is we just want to make sure that I'm going to ask each of the coaches to make sure that we have the correct emails for everybody that are here today, so that when I or Julie go and do this next week, that we'll have your correct email to share it with you. Okay? Clear as mud? Yes, Kevin.
Pastors that are doesn't have to create an account?
No, if you have a tnumc.com email, that's a Gmail-based email, so you should be fine. Do you log into Gmail to check your mail like I do? Yeah. So you already have a Google account. So what I'll do, we'll share it with your email, whatever that is, Kathy Cowan at Gmail or tnumc.com or Rev Cowan, whatever. I don't know. Kathy.Cowan. And then and so then you'll sign. Once you have that link, you're into it. Okay, and you have a folder. What's that? As a tnumc.com? How did you get yours, Kathy?
I went to the conference and they...
Yeah, if you want one of those, we can do that.
No, I don't.
Oh.
Kathy does connections.
Why are you asking then? Are you trying to cause trouble? Yeah? No, well, we can get you one. Hey, Gary, do you have one? Adopt tnumc.com email? You have a Gmail account? Yeah.
I'm on Google Drive, but I can't see you.
Because I haven't shared it with you yet. I have to share it with you, yeah. Yeah, and I'll do that. I'll do that either later today or my wife wants to have a date today, so it might not happen today. Okay? All right. So let me show you some things that are in there that I do want you to look at later, and then we're going to start into my portion of the training. Wow, look at that.